Greetings. This is Skyler Saunders saying, what's current? He's already in custody. He surrendered on Wednesday night. I'm talking about Eugene Henley Jr., also known or PKA, perhaps known as, or BKA, best known as Big U. He's facing charges that could land him in prison for life. But I'm saying free Big U. Saying free Big U. He's an innocent. Well, I think he may have charges, but for now, he's an innocent man. So, as it stands, he is innocent. Hold on. It is it's a serious offense right now for him. I'm just trying to figure out which way to put up this banner. Hold on, type in. Okay, so that is, the story of the day. Big U surrenders. This is big talk. This is big noise. This is crazy. This is the reality. You see him in this mugshot. This is a preview. This isn't from yesterday. I don't think this was on the site before, but this is him. One of his earlier mugshots. I've been trying to find a background. I haven't found anything on Wikipedia. I don't know about his criminal history. So he's arrested for a slew of mafia-like charges. Looking for his criminal history right now. It was called Operation Drawdown. So he was a longtime Rolling 60s Crips leader, and he showed that he had a business. He had a charity. They allegedly swindled people out of money. It's wild. So there it is with that. He had inspired people like Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa said he's like the godfather of hip hop. He said nobody moves like he moves. If you wanted something to get done, he'd get it done. It's not looking pretty for him right now, but it could get brighter. It could get brighter. I don't know how exactly it will get brighter, but he if he shows himself to be a credible source of facts and reality, then that will be a definite boost and a boon to his overall self. I mean, it's just wild that this has to happen like this, because that's what he said. He was arguing. He's like, you're just trying to bring another black man down. Like, it's like, okay, but he's facing charges including trafficking individuals. I don't think it's drugs. I think it was just trafficking individuals. Let me make 100% sure. Human trafficking, robbery, and extortion on the streets of Los Angeles. But hey, he's an innocent man to me. He's an innocent man. He may be in police custody, but he's an innocent man so far. It's over for Big U. Salute to Andretti. He said it's over. I'm saying free Big U. Let him out. He's got a lot riding on this. Let Big U out. It's not over for him. I disagree with you, Andretti. It's not over for Big U. But it says, as you can see, LA Crips leader and music exec Big U arrested by the feds for slew of mafia-like crimes, including human trafficking. So it's like Diddy 2.0, you know? It's similar charges, similar kind of situation. A huge executive in the entertainment business, not as big as Diddy, of course, but you know, to LA, he's pretty much big. He's Big U, you know. But I remember seeing him in documentaries and stuff like that, and he had a very calm demeanor. He had a very straightforward way of communicating. So I think that could help his case. And for the fact that he has so many different charges against him, it's just like, you know, where is the part? See, you can see right here, he and Nipsey Hussle, the late great Nipsey Hussle, you know, they're hugged up. He's smiling, he's cheesing. You know, Nipsey must be telling him, you know, good job, Big U, or something like that, or you know, you with us, you know. But there was a case where not only Nipsey Hussle, like some people accused him of Nipsey Hussle's death, but there was also a rapper named Rashawn Williams who was signed to his record label, Unique Music. He's suspected of being behind his 2021 slaying. Williams was allegedly shot and killed by Henley after the budding rapper recorded a diss track about him at a Las Vegas studio, prosecutor said. The victim's body was later found dumped in a ditch off Interstate 15 in the Nevada desert. That's how it goes. That is some mafia stuff. That's mafioso right there. That is completely mafioso. You know, you go out to the desert, ain't nobody around, nobody's looking at you, nobody's, you know, is not a person for miles and miles. You out there in the desert, pop, 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 dig a hole, put them in there. And they found him, though. They found him off the Interstate 15, but still goes, you know, very strange ways. All right, so Andretti says he was extorting all types of entertainers. Had them paying him in the form of donations to his charity organizations. Exactly. What was it called? Something. Hold on. I just read what it was called. Hold on. I'm looking for the name of the charity. Developing Options. That was the name of his charity. I guess is the current name of his charity. But Andretti says, I don't like the gangs in LA. I don't either. I'll be completely honest. Yes, be honest. I don't understand the whole gang culture. It's so stupid. If you want to be in a gang, join the Marines, join the Navy, join the Armed Forces. You know, if you want to be in a gang, you get to shoot people. You get to learn how to shoot people and fight and stuff. It's like, and you get paid. And you get stuff for, you know, all kinds of stuff. And people love you, you know. It's not like in the Vietnam era. It's not like 50, 60 years ago. So it's a different world. They should all be deported to different country. Yeah, he's guilty, but I know you will say differently. But he is a poison to the black community. I say differently. Free Big U. But a lot of people can get some peace in LA now that he's off the streets. Wow. Okay. I still have to hold on to my my original, just like I say with here's the crackdown about Operation Drawdown. This is how many people were indicted, and it says IRS too. This is all, you know. This is all feds. This has got FBI, I think, up there somewhere, and some other organizations. All these people taken down. It's crazy. Yeah, the objective perspective, I get it. Yeah, you have to. I mean, it's what it is. He's an innocent man until proven guilty. Until proven guilty, he is an innocent man. Got to give him that much. He might be locked down, just like Diddy's locked down. He's in custody. He's behind the wall. He's behind bars. He's going to be eating, maggot-infested potatoes and broccoli that's been left out for 6 days. But that's all right. Andretti says, they said he was an informant, but the deal you cut with one agency doesn't apply to the others, I guess. Yeah, I guess so. I guess if you talk to the CIA or if you talk to the FBI, sometimes they don't talk to each other, which is weird. That's a reality. The FBI and the CIA sometimes don't communicate, which is really strange because they should be doing the same thing, which is protecting individual rights. That's their only goal. That's their whole sole purpose, is to protect individual rights. So that is weird, but Andretti says, "Yeah, this is justice for Nipsey Hussle." Oh. Hey, I don't know. That's speculative. That I have no proof. I have nothing to do with saying that Big U had anything to do with Nipsey Hussle's death, or with the other rappers' death. I'm trying to remember. Was it Sean? Hold on, Williams. Ray Sean Williams. But he was suspected in his death. So it's a lot. It's a lot harsher. It's a lot harsher with Big U, because Diddy isn't attached to any bodies. I mean, that are credible. They say, oh yeah, he has something to do with Biggie's death. He has something to do with Tupac's death. But this seems like it's more credible. It seems more credible. Andretti says Nip was becoming bigger than the program. Ooh, okay. Nip was, he was a rolling 60s. He was a rolling 60s in the Crip. Sadly, he was mixed up in that whole nonsense, and that's what also has to start out. We have to remember. I have to give them at least a shred of responsibility and a shred of credibility, in the sense that Crips meant California Revolution in Progress. That's what Crip means. California Revolution in Progress. So they were really about trying to uplift the quote-unquote community, which was really just neighborhoods. They were trying to do something good, but like that whole idea got shifted, especially since the late 70s and the early 80s, when crack hit, and it was slanging and banging. If you were banging or if you were slanging, it's like it was a death trap either way, because your homeboy is gonna rat you out, or your girl that you was with last night is gonna tell you your ops that he's gonna be on this side of the street next tomorrow. Make sure you get him. It's just a wild scene. I mean, it's just crazy. Andretti says yes, gang started out as positive organizations, but it was infiltrated. Excuse me. I see what you're saying. Infiltrated by one of those agencies, I believe. Yeah, the CIA and mostly I think the FBI. Most of the FBI and COINTELPRO and different organizations like that, they really cracked down on them. And I could see the drug dealing. We should have drug dealers. The drug dealers should be at Walgreens and CVS. Okay, you should be able to pick up a bag of skag and bang between your toes on an afternoon in your own house. If you feel like it. That's what the drug game should be about. But yeah. So, but banging is something different. Initiating. Trying to get in the gang. You have to knock off this old lady or hit somebody over the head. Somebody's uncle. Somebody's auntie. Somebody's cousin. You got to kill them. It's blood in, blood out for the Bloods. And I guess it's the same thing for Crips. Sick. It's sickening. Wait a minute. What do you mean? Andretti says they got a heart attack gun. What is a heart attack? Is that a miss? Did you Did you misprint something? They got a heart attack gun. What is a heart attack gun? I don't know what a heart attack gun is. What is that? Explain a little bit further, please, sir. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure. The CIA. The CIA has a heart attack gun. If you can give me the site, I would love to see what you're talking about. Give me a link. I don't know what you're saying. So the CIA, yes, the CIA has a heart attack gun. What is a heart attack gun? Please elucidate. Clue me in. But yeah, Big U. I mean, it just seems like. What will this do? Will this uncover a lot more people? Will other people die in between? Okay, here we go. 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 The CIA's heart attack gun, a Cold War weapon for targeted assassin. Ooh, okay. It's got the scope on like a pistol. This is crazy. Of all the Central Intelligence Agency secrets revealed to the world by the so-called Church Committee, what is that? In the 1970s, perhaps none captured the American public's imagination as vividly as the agency's heart attack gun. During the Cold War, there was almost nothing the CIA couldn't do to get a leg up on the Soviet Union. From simple operations like intercepting and reading the mail of American citizens to more serious or equally illegal acts like dosing unwitting involuntary human subjects with LSD and seeing how well they would hold up to interrogation. We know about these secret efforts because Congress investigated the agency as well as the FBI, National Security Agency, and IRS in 1975 and released its findings to the American public. The results of the investigation were, to put it lightly, alarming. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but this heart attack gun is crazy. It says the weapon itself resembled a Colt M1911 pistol with a scope, but it didn't fire 45 caliber bullets. Instead, it fired a frozen pellet of saxitoxin, a poisonous substance derived from shellfish that consume toxic algae blooms. Jesus Christ. The pellet could be silently fired up to 100 meters away and would enter the body through a pinprick entry wound. The poison would then melt, and within minutes, the victim would be dead. Holy. I gotta look into this. This is salute to Andretti. I never heard of such. This is a great CIA spy thriller. You know, remind me. I do remember there was a case in I think Russia or somewhere in Asia, somewhere. A guy had a umbrella, and he had at the tip of it was a toxin, and he shot this guy with the umbrella, and he passed out. So that's what it seems like to me. That's what it reminded me of. But thank you, Andretti. I've never heard of such in my life. That is illuminating. That's why I have this show, because I learn more than I think I even teach more. I'm not even trying to teach you or preach to you. I'm just relaying these stories and my opinion of them. And not free big you. All right. I learned about it from the show Snowfall. So I must have missed that plot point. I must have missed that. Because I was definitely a viewer of Snowfall. That was my show. You know, I can't. What's his name? Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't remember. Hold on. Saint. Yeah, Saint. Saint. Franklin Saint. Yeah, Franklin Saint. That was my guy. Or is my guy. He's still in art. So my bad. I know that's going left. That's not really going left. That's not really going left. That's exactly down the street where we're going. because that's what this is all about. This is all about, cracking down on these various organizations, getting people back into prison, going into the prison system, going into the correctional facilities. I mean, more and more, just swell the prison, swell the situation. I mean, it's one thing. It's like I said, I'm okay with drug deal. There should be drugs on the street, but I'm not okay. I'm okay with slanging. I'm not okay with banging. Banging is ridiculous. Is not ridiculous. It's disgusting. It's disturbing. I understand the code. I understand that, but like all of that can be channeled into the armed forces, or if you wanted to, the police. If you want to, a lot of people don't want to. I don't want the police. Oh, I can be in the military. I can go to the Marines. I can go to the Navy. I can go to the Space Force. I can go to the Air Force. I can go to the Coast Guard. I can go to the Army. That's all right. I can do that, and you can. And I suggest you do that rather than joining, an illegitimate game where you're going to be subjected to all kinds of. You're going to have to be beaten up and kicked and punched and stabbed, maybe, or maybe even shot, just to get into the gang itself. And that's the sad part about all of this, is that these gang affiliations are, glorified. Oh my God, he's in the gang. Oh, he's down with the Rolling 60s. He's down with the Bloods. That's awesome. And then they have that weird, goofy mess, that goofy gang, purple. They don't do the colors that much anymore. In certain locations, they purpled up. That's. I think Aaron Magruder called that nigger synthesis. when you have the ideas of niggers, trying to get together and form something. I mean, I can't call it on that, but I mean, it's still kind of ridiculous to me. It's still, and it's sad. It really is sad because people are enamored. Young people, 12, 13, very young minors are enamored by the drug culture. And they want to get in. They want to step in line. What else is it? What does it bring? Only pain, heartache, mental instability. That's all it brings. Jim Jones was a purple. What? I don't know. Andretti is asking, Jim Jones was a purple blood? I don't know. I just remember in the film Straight Outta Compton, that during the 90s riots and stuff like that, the Crips and the Bloods got together. They tied the red bandana with the blue bandana, and they're like, everything was all cool. They're throwing up the sets and everything, throwing up and all that. So that was funny. Is somebody ghosted? Who said was it Jay? Was it Jay? Jay, you in here? Are you in here? You're not in the chat? Is it? I think it's Jay Sean. I think it's Jay Sean. I think that's his name. I can't remember. Big U is probably linked to the Pop Smoke setup. Oh, hey, again, that's all conjecture. I can neither confirm nor deny his involvement in Pop Smoke's murder. I have nothing to do with that. I can't say anything on that level. It's a totally different situation to me. It's very weird. Very weird. It's very strange. So I can only go that far. So I want to even delve more into that heart attack gun. That's crazy. I don't remember that plot point. What season was that? Do you remember what season that was, Andretti? The heart attack gun? Because that seems like something that would happen. If somebody got out of line in the CIA, they would off their own people. Because that's the gang too. It's all gangs. I mean, it matters on what level of gangster you're talking about. Like I said, I'm in the green gun gang. This Green Gun Club, Marine Corps, that's a gang. But we're the good gang. We're fighting for rights and freedom. You know, I don't know what Crips are for anymore. They were for revolution and progress. They were for, you know, reforming their neighborhoods and changing over different racist policies and things like that, redlining and stuff like that. That's what the Crips was originally about. They're an offshoot of the Black Panther Party, which is evil in itself in a lot of ways. That that's that's just the weird thing is with Big U. Is like he came off. That's the best part though. He's like he had a cool demeanor, very calm, very soft spoken, very clear headed. That's the best kind of criminal in a lot of ways. I'm not calling him a criminal now. He's not. He hasn't been convicted of a crime, but I'm saying he had that smooth kind of swagger like Diddy. Free Diddy. Diddy has the same very low key. And then he'll get very angry. Like he'll switch it up. Like Diddy will switch it up. I don't remember if Big U ever got angry or was forceful or anything like that. But Diddy had that very cool demeanor. Then he'll get really pissed off at some moments. So it depends. I mean, with Big U, I mean it just brings a different shade to the whole setup of people being killed. I mean, just getting laid out in L.A., Los Angeles. Crips and Bloods doesn't matter. And I think I don't know what the Bloods might have been another offshoot of the Black Panthers, but it was a different kind of. It was like I think it was a reaction to the Crips and how ridiculous it is. I mean, even Mr. Choice Our Terrain says, he was wearing a red jumpsuit like back in the early '90s, and there was this corny rapper guy that said, he couldn't come into my neighborhood wearing that. He was like, and then like Mr. Choice Our Terrain was like, man, F you, like I'll go wherever I want. Like, are you serious? But yeah, so. Yes, the seasoned Franklin went to the Black-owned bookstore to research the history of the CIA. The owner husband told him about it. Oh, okay. I got I'll watch that whole series over again. That was a great series, And Rockin' Power to John Singleton, one of the great artists of our entire filmic history. He was one of the greatest. Yeah, I gotta look that up. Yeah, because Saint was the truth. Everybody watch the final episode though. It was like I was thinking about Breaking Bad. If you watched the final episode of Breaking Bad, let's just say he goes out with a bang. Okay, he goes out with a bang. But on Snowfall, Saint just goes out with a whimper. I mean, it's really sad. It's mind bending the way he falls. But I'm not gonna say if he lives or dies. I'm just gonna say he falls. He goes into and then his friend, I can't remember his name. It's way I watched like 2 episodes of Power. I can't get into Power, but I can get into Snowfall. Snowfall is excellent. One of the story supervisors or one of the actual writers was Walter Mosley. Walter Mosley is an excellent author of various books, mainly with colors in them. Devil in a Blue Dress, something with blonde. He has a whole string of different books. Yeah. So that's the way that is. Yeah, it's definitely better than Power. Definitely better than Power. I think I saw Power, if I'm not mistaken, when Kendrick Lamar was a crackhead or something. Yeah, so. it's sad. I mean, Snoop Dogg contributed to his developing options. It was said that he embezzled large donations from Draymond Green and Shaquille O'Neal to his personal bank account. The complaint says, "See, that's nigga-ish. That's nigga-ish. That's not finessing Netflix out of millions of dollars. That is taking other niggas' money and using it as your own. That's as simple as that. He could not finesse Netflix. He did not finesse Netflix. Yeah, Power was similar to Empire just without the music. Yeah, I can understand that. I can definitely attest to that. That's what Andretti said. Andretti also says, honestly, don't know if 50 Cent can make a TV show on his own. Power was another person's idea. This is true. He was executive director. Executive producer, but he was not the creator. I don't think that he has the creator credit. He may have been a showrunner, but he didn't create the show. That's possible. Is that you understand what I'm saying behind that? That's real spooky industry talk, showrunner and all that. Okay, and Jordy starting something. He's saying Big U had dirt on the, and he left it at the. I don't know what he had dirt on, but Big U had dirt on the blank. I'm not sure. He's gearing up. He's typing away right now. But yeah, so it's really sad. Like, I mean, it's just so strange how even people in the industry, Snoop, Lil Wayne, I think Chris Brown, among others, have adopted into the idea of being into the Crips and the Bloods, and that's the thing too. It's like Crips and Bloods are like, Crips and Bloods, that's all right. But if you start saying you're MS-13, you're like, whoa, this isn't that kind of party. I mean, there's no, I can't think of anybody in the entertainment industry that can claim that they're MS-13. Can you? Anybody please tell me? Okay, let me see. Big U had dirt on Shaq and Snoop. Probably had tapes on them. Okay, I did not know that. If you give me, information on that, another link or something like that, I would love to see that. Where you're getting your information, sir. I respect you. Bumbleclot's in the building. Salute to Bumbleclot. Big under. Big under prison. Not yet. He's in jail, but not prison. Free Big U. Free Eugene Henley Jr. So yeah, anybody out there seen anybody ever in the entertainment business say, yeah, I'm MS-13. Yeah, I wear the flag, or I fly, whatever they do. They have like facial tattoos. I remember seeing in what was it? It was in Don Diva. Don Diva had a whole expose on MS-13. And I was like, God damn, these niggas is wild. They chopping off heads, they chopping off people's arms and legs and stuffing them in the garbage pans. And it was wild. It's wild. MS-13 is like super crazy. They get, they do some underhanded stuff. I mean, beyond what beyond what the Crips and Bloods do, they go crazy. They go over the top. Okay, Bumbleclot says Brick Baby is asking for a Popeye combo meal and a cigarette right now. Is Brick Baby going to tell? Is he going to start explaining? Is he in the room? Does he have his lawyer with him? Can I get a grape Fanta? Let me get that Popeye combo and a grape Fanta and a Virginia Slim. I'm hating now. That was hate. Andretti says, allegedly, because why would they donate to a known gang member? I could see if he was an ex-gang member. This is all stipulation, sir. I respect you. I will read what you said, but I have to give a disclaimer and say, none of this has been founded. None of this has been credible. But I do respect you for coming up with ideas that, I didn't realize and it could be true, but I cannot confirm nor deny them. So yeah, exactly. In Newport, I said a Virginia Slim. Yeah, Newport. Yeah, let me get a grape Fanta, the Popeyes, the biscuit with the rice and beans and 2 wings. They had wings, right? They said, or the drums, the drumstick, you know, and let me get that Newport. So great Fanta, Newport, and the Popeyes combo meal. Brick Baby's gonna be telling. He's gonna be telling. I'm telling you. So yeah. So let me try to get another shot. That's kind of crazy. This is who is this? What? Trick. Oh yeah, Trick. What does Trick know? What does Trick know? What does he know? What does Trick know? Does Trick know anything? What does Snoop know? Are they going to be talking? Are they going to be like this soon at the trial? Trial's going to be probably in November or something stupid. Or maybe next year. Probably January of 2026. Watch. But yeah, so it's messy, child. It's messy. It's messy, child. Oh my God. It's crazy. There is no God, and oh my God. Like this is the thing though, it's like good intentions are paid to hell. That is true. I mean, you say all I was trying to help the community, I was trying to uplift my neighborhood, I was trying to do better, I was trying to do right. I went into the entertainment business because I knew that all this meant was destruction and death. But at the same time, he's looking at years. He's looking at football numbers, life sentence. He's looking at probably 300 to 700 years and behind bars. That's life. I mean, in the option for parole probably be like 2107 or something stupid. Yeah, that'd be his ability to be on parole. Or if he gets parole, he may not even get parole. Who knows if he's even convicted? He's still innocent. So free, Big U. Given the circumstances, it doesn't look like he will be free anytime soon. But I still say free Big U because he's an innocent man that I know of. I don't know if he's ever been convicted of anything. I don't know. I tried to do as much research as I could, but I still didn't see Big U criminal. Oh my God, they're saying the same thing over and over and over. They're not going back in his past. I want to know about his past. He's declaring his innocence. He's saying he's not guilty. He's claiming his innocence. He's claiming innocence. He's claiming his innocence. So it's not like, you know what? You got me. You got me. I did it all. I did human trafficking. I did racketeering. I did the RICO. All of that. You got me. I'm done. I say I am guilty. I'm guilty. I mean, what are the possibilities of that? And then that has happened in the past. I think some people have said they pled guilty, and then the jury found them not guilty, and then they were able to do some kind of deal. I can't remember what the deal is, but if you plead guilty, and the jury finds you not guilty, then it's like something reverses. Something goes. I was reading it up, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was along those lines. It was a really weird kind of situation. Okay, here we go. Andretti says, yeah, MS-13 makes the Crips and Bloods look like Mother Teresa. And Mother Teresa is an evil person. She was an evil woman anyway, but I know what you mean, Mother Teresa, because that's the idea of morality. They think Mother Teresa was just so good and everything. She was a horrible human being. She hated life. She hated living. She wanted people to just be just sick enough to live. She was a miserable person. And I'm not just saying this to say it. You can read her diaries. Read her diaries and say, "Oh, this is such a horrific life. I can't stand it. This is just so terrible." She actually wrote those in her diary. So yeah, but MS-13. I'm waiting for somebody in the entertainment business to say they're part of MS-13. See if they'll get either deported or um, put it in prison. Okay, so let me go to this. Woman sentenced to 40 years for MS-13 murder of 15-year-old Maryland girl. Exactly. 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 A woman who confessed to the brutal revenge killing of a 15-year-old girl from Maryland was sentenced Friday to serve 40 years in prison. Venus Romero Herrera is the second to last of the 10 young defendants convicted in the MS-13 murder of Damaris Alexandra Reyes Rivas to learn their fate. She told police that she told her victim, "You're going to remember me until the day we see each other in hell." Wow. This is some. Whew. Reyes Rivas was killed in January 2017 and buried in her quinceanera dress. Let me get my Spanish together. Sitting just a few feet from her daughter's killer, Reyes Revilla's mother, Maria Reyes, spoke in court Friday. "She destroyed my life," Reyes said about Erahita. I'm telling you, this MS-13 is like, what? They must do something. They must take a certain drug, allegedly. They must, they must go by some kind of bonding order that you like kill somebody. You have to. I don't know. MS-13 is wild. Though. That's all I know. You can say the Crips and Bloods. That's what I know. It's exactly what you mean, Andretti. It makes them look like child's play, like nothing. But MS-13, I wish an entertainer would say, "Yeah, I'm down with MS-13." It wouldn't happen. It's not gonna. I want somebody to come forward. Somebody step forward. Somebody in the entertainment business. Not Chris Brown. Chris Brown is with the Bloods. Not Snoop Dogg. He's with the Crips. Not Lil Wayne. He's with the Bloods. I mean, it just is weird to me. Do they come from the Aztec? Oh, okay. I see where you're going. I think Andretti. The Aztec sacrifices. Is that what you're saying? Do they come from the Aztec? I think they may. I'm not 100%. I'm gonna do some quick. Mara Salvatruca is MS-13. Like this is serious. He calls them terrorist organizations. President Trump. There's an estimated 30 to 50,000 global and 8,000 to 10,000 in the United States, known for drug trafficking, alien smuggling, weapons trafficking, murder, rape, assault, kidnapping, identification theft, prostitution, robbery, auto theft, extortion, and vandalism. They have Gulf allies, the Gulf Cartel, the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, Mexican Mafia, Sinaloa Cartel, Surinos, and affiliated gangs, Los Zetas, the Rivals, 18th Street Gang, Bloods, Latin Kings, Norteños, and an affiliated gang, and Tiny Rascal Gang. This tripped me up. It really tripped me up. Tripped me up. So I don't know. It didn't say anything about the Aztec, but I think I know where you're going with that. I think I know where you're going. Yeah, big U, man, big U. He turned himself in. He was like, you know what? I'm 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 not guilty, but goddamn it, we got to do the process of law. Let me turn myself in. Let me do the right thing. Let me make sure I had the wherewithal to properly showcase my abilities as a man, to stand up and say, look, not guilty. I didn't do all this. That's what he's saying. I didn't do any of this. But, I have to come. I have to, make sure that I do the process of law. So here, the feds come get me. Here we go. It's in the feds, DA. What is it? The cops, the feds, DA to come and get me. So he went into that mindset. I'm trying to remember the documentary he was in. He was in a documentary not too long ago, like in 2021, 22, something like that. And I was watching. I was just like, okay, big U. See, it was like different areas of the internet, not the internet, of the country, like Midwest, West Side, East Side, down South. They had all these different representatives. They were talking. I don't remember if it was just in general talking about the hip hop scene on from each area. I think it was something like that. But yeah, I was introduced to him a few years ago, and I was like, wow, Big U, man, free Big U. You know? It's really sad that people get caught up in this whole thing. Like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, see what happens. I'm gonna see what happens. Like, I'll never understand it. It's something I'll never get. But it is what it is. It's like an excellent maxim, but it's so overused and so trite now. Andretti said, "Keep Big U." I respect that, sir. We just have to have a difference there. I mean, it's just because if he said, you know what, is like I said, hey, you got me, that would have been something different. But he's saying I'm not guilty, so he's saying he's innocent. Actually, he's saying he's innocent. He's an innocent man. He hasn't been proven guilty in a court of law. So that's what I'm saying for Diddy and Big U and Lil Durk and who else is behind bars right now. They're not guilty right now. Right now, I mean, look what happened to ASAP Rocky. ASAP Rocky, he got out of there. Somehow he beat the charges like Rocky. And Jack says, y'all forget he came from jail and was on the same BS. Who are you talking about? Respected. Andretti. Who's he? Are you talking about Big U? I have no. I was trying to find him on Wikipedia. He's not on Wikipedia at all. I try to look for past running. Are you talking about Big U? He was on the same BS. He was in jail before. Yes, Big U. Okay, I did not know that. See, I was trying to remember if he was actually in prison. So, I mean, technically, what are you? If you are convicted and you go to prison and you get out? Are you innocent again? Are you still you're still a convict, but you're not? You're still a felon. You're a convicted felon, like the president of the United States of America, which is so weird to say, but it's the truth. You're still a convicted felon, even though the president hasn't seen time. He never went to prison for it. I mean, what are the odds of that? What are the odds? So 4 more people were having a party. Okay, 5 more people will have a party. Respectfully, if you lived in the ghetto or close to one, you would understand people like him are a terrorist to our nation within our nation. You know what? That's probably. I will agree with you on that, Andretti. I'm not. I'm never from the hood. I'm straight up suburbs. I lived in the white hood in Lowell, Massachusetts. They were selling all kinds of stuff outside my window. There was some action on the blade. have some ladies of the night and some gentlemen of leisure outside, doing what they got to do. So I can understand that. I think that's true. Gang members should be forced to be in the army. I don't know. See, this is what's so strange about that sentiment. Like Mr. George said the same thing about people that are illegals here. I don't think you should be able to join the military because the military is something that is something that has. I mean, if you're planning to go into the gangs, and you should choose to go into the military. I respect that, but if you're already in the gang, you're gonna have to be totally deprogrammed to go into the military. I mean, I'm talking from my own experiences in the Marine Corps. I knew about all of that. I mean, you have to you fire weapons. You fire, one. You snap on the firing range. You're going back. If you're on like training day, like 40 or 50 or something like that, and you go all the way back to training day 5. That's what happened to this one guy that was in my platoon. So I don't think you should go to the military because it's a different way. And look at myself. I had bipolar disorder, and that got me out of the military because of that fact. How many people are going to go in and say, "Oh, I got bipolar disorder. I got schizophrenia. I got all this." And it's just going to be a glut of different people trying to overdo the system. So I don't think gang members necessarily should be brought into the military. Um, I don't think that's problem. That's advantageous for anybody. I mean, there are some individuals like I said, there will be that one or two or few hundred or whatever out of thousands that will be like that's saying like, yeah, I'm gonna actually take this seriously. I'm gonna rise to the ranks. I'm gonna switch over and be a what we call a Mustang. Somebody that was enlisted, becomes an officer, and make a career out of it and make something of themselves. And that's beautiful. I think that's a great thing. I always champion that. I think that's what happened to people on in different movies and TV shows. There was a TV show called Southland that was really great. It was an excellent show. It was about these cops in I think it was in Los Angeles, and there was this one episode where this kid was killed in Iraq, and he was getting full honors as a Marine because he was shot and killed in Iraq, or he was blown up in an IED. And they were showing the funeral services for him, and he had the full honor. So I think that's great. I think that's wonderful. If you have an honorable discharge, and somebody who lives, of course, somebody who lives, you're able to get money, go to GI, go use your GI Bill. I think that's extraordinary. I think that's great. But I don't think everyone should be forced into it. I don't think this force should be involved. That's like a draft involved. That's like conscription. So I don't agree with that. So big U. This is what it comes down to, my friend. Okay. I seen an army movie where the I the is. I mean, I seen an army movie where I think it meant say they abandoned an embassy over in a foreign land. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what movie you're talking about. But I can understand that happening. I understand that occurring. So Yeah, Big U, Eugene Henley Jr. Definitely going down for this one. Not saying he's out. But he went down. He buckled his face and arched, his neck down. Took in, just instead of holding it up high, took the handcuffs, put them on him. Just take me away. Just take me away. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Because it just got real to him. It got real. The facts were too much. It's too much to explain. Too much. Too real for him. It's too real. You got serious. So when it gets serious, that's when you fight. You fight for your positioning. You fight for your way of life. Fight for who you are. Fight for what you're about. What is Big U about? Big U, I mean, allegedly he swindled, Shaq and Draymond Green, and okay, and but it's like that road to hell is paved with good intentions. That's the truth. I mean, in some circumstances, not in all circumstances, but in a lot of ways, I mean, you try to do something good, but you end up going down the wrong pathway, and whatever was good becomes spoiled and dies on the vine because of your inability to properly care for and treat it like it's a legitimate thing. That's the sad part. That's what's very distressing, especially about Big U. Big U had good. I'm sure he had good money before he even allegedly swindled these people. Sure he had maybe good $10 million allegedly. I don't know. Allegedly, he probably had a good amount of money. I'm gonna try to find the documentary. God damn it! There's a documentary with him in it, and I can't remember what it's called. Okay, and Jordy sending me a, a link. Wait for the link. 13 hours. The secret soldiers of Benghazi, military 60 spot. Yeah, Benghazi was crazy. That was on September 11th of 2011. I think it was. Or September 11th, 2001. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 13 hours. I think I've seen clips of that. I don't think I've seen it in full. But yeah, see, and that's another thing too. If you have people that are going into the military. Oh no, Big U has no talent. This is what Andre says. Big U has no talent. How you figure he got 10 million? I think because of his boss skills. Like Suge Knight. What talent did Suge Knight have? He had millions of dollars. I don't remember him having too much talent. And really, I mean, Diddy had half a talent for everything. He was a half a dancer, half a singer, half a rapper, half a manager, half a um, record executive. He wasn't really full anything. But Big U and Suge Knight kind of have that similarity, and that I can detect. Maybe I could be wrong. You could prove me wrong, Andrea. I can be wrong, but I just imagine he probably had at least $5 to $10 million under him, allegedly. I don't know. I'm just pocket watching right now. But yeah, so Big U going down as an alleged criminal. He's not been convicted yet of these crimes. They always end the article with faces up to life in prison or something like that. It's like the final sentence is the sentence that he could possibly receive. So respect to him, free Big U, and let it be known that he's still innocent until proven guilty of these charges. I know I think he had some time behind bars for other offenses, but for these charges, let it be known that he is still innocent. I thank you, everybody. Thank you for Andretti, of course, my day one. He's a day one, along with Rick James and a few others. Bumbleclot, thank you very much for coming in, offering your perspective. I will see you all sometime around this time tomorrow. Thank you very much. Take care.